So we're going to learn about the structure of a painting.
Okay.
How to make a good painting. Okay, so there's some vocabulary that you might need to learn, and I'll explain them if you don't know them. Do any of you know any of these words?
Yeah, I know 4 of these.
Oh, great.
No.
Okay. If you don't know, that's okay. I'll explain them. So the first one is positive space, negative space, composition, symmetrical, and asymmetrical. So positive space is like the circle, the one in the front. Yeah, usually we say positive space is the thing that you're painting at the front. So it could be a person, for example. And the negative space in art is the background, okay? So we have positive, the circle here, and negative is the background. Could be the sky or the trees or something. Composition is all of the picture together. That's what we call it. We call it composition. So positive and negative space together makes the composition, okay? Symmetrical is when something is in the middle. It has a balance, right? The same side, symmetrical. And asymmetrical is the opposite, when something is a little bit the other way. Now, if you look at this one, symmetrical, you can see it's a little bit boring. Our eye looks at that quickly and we go away. You just look at that quickly. You don't want to look for a long time because it's all the same. But the asymmetrical composition is more interesting for our eye. So when you look at that, your eye will go around. Can you notice?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay. So why is it more interesting? Because we have different shapes and sizes here, okay? The positive is the circle. Yep. And around that, you can see the top quite a bit, the side, and the bottom is an interesting shape. Compared to this one, it's quite boring, right? So we're going to look at composition to make the painting today. Okay, let's paint. So if you can make sure you have ready some paper, I'll have mine here so you can see. And if you have some paint, or you can use the pencil if you don't have the paint. And you might need some water, paintbrush. And if everyone's ready, we are going to look at this one. Okay, so this is some flowers you can see, right? And if I put it in the middle, it's quite boring, right? Look in the middle and the composition around there is quite boring. So we need to think about how to make the composition interesting. So I'm gonna put it maybe this way. You can see there is a rose here, some leaves here, and some leaves here. Now, you don't have to draw all of it. You can just paint some of it, that's fine. But I want you to think about your paper and think about how are you going to paint this? Where are you going to paint that? So I'll give you an example. I'm going to just draw an outline with the yellow first. And I'm not going to try to put it in the middle, right? I'm going to try to put it to the side so we have an interesting composition. Yeah. And I want to make it bigger so some goes off the paper. Because if we put it all small, it's quite boring, but if we make it bigger, then we have interesting negative space there. That's what we're going to try to do, right? So you can see here, I'm going to put the rose part, not in the middle, but maybe on the side a little bit. Now, I might not draw the rose exactly. I'll just draw a circle here, but we can fix that up later, okay? Then you can see there's some leaves here and here. And then there's some leaves up here. And there's a leaf that kind of goes out. And I will make that go off the paper. You see here? It's going off the paper. So the edge would be up here, outside of my paper there. And then it's like this. So see here, we have the negative spaces like this shape here. Okay, and negative space, this shape here. And this negative space here. Okay, so I want you to look at your paper, think about this rose and this layout and where you could put it on your paper. Just to make it clearer, I'll use a darker color so you can see more clearly. So I've got the roses in the middle. You don't have to copy me, you can do a different one. And then I've got the shape here and the shape here, and then the bottom base part, shape here. Some of the leaf is going off the page. And then there's a shape here. So you can see there's one negative space, which looks a little bit like a triangle for mine. One is like this. Yeah. Okay, so I'll give you a few minutes. Try to draw the shape of where you want this to be on your paper and think about the space.
Maybe I
没有你画就好了，我不要画。
If you don't want to paint, sweetie, that's okay. You can help Tracy or you can do your own. I don't mind.
要画，
破亚的头发跟你一样乱翘。
没关系。
Everybody's hair looks very nice today, okay?
OK 谢谢，谢谢。
你应该要用
绿色。
So you can use any color for this because it's just the line. Don't worry too much and you can always fix it up later. You don't need to worry.
OK。
Okay.
去拿水。
You could even use a pen if you want to for the outline part.
Yeah, 就是你很聪明耶，有没有用那个撒一点？
我知道我在画什么。
我不要。你挑这
So
个，
tell me when you have finished this part.
他看不到，太白了。
Oh yeah, that looks good. Yep. Okay, nice. Tina, how are you going? Beautiful, and you've got a nice negative space there. Great. Hoya, how are you going? Do you need more time?
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. We'll give you a bit more time. Everybody else, if you are waiting, you can think about your colors. Think about putting the paint onto something. You can see I've got black, blue, pink, white, yellow, and you can mix. So you can get your paints ready before we start the next part.
没事吧？
我忘了 yellow gray color。
这个
And don't forget, if you're using a new color, you probably want to put your paintbrush in the water to clean it first.
亮晶晶笔，亮晶晶的笔，这是红色金土色，这个是紫色，
好
黑，色。
有这个画。
You can pick any color actually. I mean, we have yellow and some green and some purple, but if you want to change the colors to make your own idea, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Hoya, how are you going?
Just this.
Oh, that looks nice. Yep, great.
Right.
Good. So Hoya, that looks really good. About the negative space, you might want to bring it down.
Okay.
You can maybe make the vase part come off the edge possibly if you want to, but that looks great. Okay, so it seems like everyone's ready to start painting inside. So it's up to you how you want to start, but if you're not sure, you can follow me. I'm going to use the yellow and I'm going to mix a little bit of white in the yellow. So it's a pale yellow. For the rose, that's what I'm going to do first, and I'm going to add a little bit of water. So I've got the pale yellow here, and I'm going to do the rose part there. I'm just going to put all yellow, but I'll add some different shades, light or dark, afterwards. So you can start painting. We can paint together. I'm painting, you're painting. The rose is quite pretty. It's not really a circle. It's got, you know, a shape to that as well. And then I'm going to use